If you're feeling completely lost, you're not sure what you want from life, and you're constantly battling the feelings of unhappiness and unfulfilledness, you're not alone. I'm not gonna lie to you, navigating life can be very tough, and nobody really has a magic pillow to fix all the problems in 1 second. But you clearly don't want to be stuck in this state for too long. Getting unstuck is not a matter of one day. But I do have some good news for you. By doing just this one simple thing, the whole process speeds up and gets much easier. Let's sit down and think for a second. Imagine you're in the new city and you're trying to find your way to that attraction. You're on the way to that place, but you get lost. You feel like according to the map, you should be somewhere else. What is the very first thing that you do when you realize you're lost? You stop where you are and you look around. Things like changing your road or reloading the map or maybe asking people on the street, all of this are results of you stopping and evaluating the situation. If you continue to mindlessly run around trying to find your way, you will lose a lot of time and probably will get even more lost. Being lost in a new place is pretty much like being lost in life. So in this video, we're going to focus on that first step of initial assessment. And I promise you, if you learn to evaluate your life, everything else will start falling into its places. I will walk you through a super easy self-assessment tool. It will only take you under 10 minutes, but it will lay a very strong foundation for whatever you do next in life. Hi there, my name is Anna, and on this channel I try my best to support you on your life journey by making cognitive science and scientific tools more accessible to everyone. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. If you've never heard about the Wheel of Life or the Wheel of Balance, I'm happy to be the one to introduce it to you. The Wheel of Balance was popularized in 1960s by Paul J. Meyer. The concept is quite simple. Imagine a circle divided into different segments, each segment representing different areas of your life. By rating each area of your life from 1 to 10, you can visualize in which areas of your life you feel fulfilled and where you're lacking. The more balanced your circle is, the more sustainable your life is. The final goal is to have all your areas of life on the same level. Obviously, the higher the rating is, the better. Now, what are those essential areas of life? If you just Google a Wheel of Life, you'll see lots of different variations with lots of different segments. It honestly took me a while to find the one that makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to walk you through this exercise using the version that I personally use. But by all means, go try different versions and see what resonates most with you. I highly encourage you to do your wheel with me, so by the end of the video, you can actually have all the insights about your life. I will have the link to the template in the description of the video, or you can just simply draw it. No need to be Michelangelo here. We'll start by drawing a circle and dividing it into 3 segments. The first one is going to be health. The second one is going to be relationships, and the third one is going to be wealth. I do believe that every single person is affected by those 3 areas of their life. Everything we do can be categorized under them, and those 3 are the biggest variables in your happiness equation. They are quite broad, so we're going to divide each of them into 3 smaller segments. For health, it's going to be physical, mental, and spiritual. For relationships, it's going to be family, friends, and romance. And for wealth, we're gonna have mission, growth, and money. Now we're just going to put the scale inside the circle. 1 is going to be closer to the middle, and 10 is going to be closer to the borders. And now we're just going to rate each category from 1 to 10. I personally like color coding them. For me, health is green, wealth is purple, and relationships are orange. But you do you. You may want to pause for a second here and think what each category means personally to you. For me, spiritual health was the most confusing one, and what I did for a while, I would just rate this category based on the criteria of how deeply I understand my spirituality. After some time, I figured out that for me personally, spiritual health means my values, my beliefs, and my inner peace. To you, it might be the religion or meditations, however you define it. If you look at the category and you don't really know what it means, that's great, because now you know that you don't know much about yourself in this area of life. When rating those categories, you're not rating how close to your final goal you are rating how aligned your actions right now are to the actions you should be taking in order to get to that final goal. Let's say that your final goal is to buy a house. Maybe you don't have a house right now, but if you're constantly saving each month for that house, you can easily rate yourself high. Once you rated all of them, you can now easily see where you're doing good and where you're lagging behind. And this is crucial. The reason why it's called the wheel of life, it's because every single area of your life is interconnected. If you're doing great financially, but you're surrounded with toxic relationships and you have very, very bad health, you just won't be happy. And the bigger the difference, that gap between your satisfaction in different categories, the more unfulfilled and lost you feel. One of the most surprising things that I discovered through this exercise is that the root reason why I was struggling to make friends for a very long time was actually because of my health. When I would wake up 5 minutes before I had to leave to school or work, I would arrive to that place and I would be annoyed, stressed, and irritated. And obviously, I don't want to be approached by people when I'm in that state. If you're not open to make friends, you won't make them. But when I trained myself to wake up 2 hours before I had to leave anywhere, and I would have my morning meditation, I would have a slow, calm shower, and have a nice breakfast, I would be the happiest and most outgoing person for the rest of the day. And the better my health was getting, the better my relationships were getting. And I never thought that there is such a tight link between those two. To take this exercise one small step further, we're going to ask why you rated each category the way you did. And pay special attention to the categories that you rated the lowest. For them, you're also going to ask the question, what would it take for me to rate this category just 1 point up the next time I do this exercise? Now you know what to fix and how to fix it. If you want to create a more actionable plan to achieve your goals, you also need to learn how to set them. I do have a video on my channel about this. There I talk about 5 tricks to approach your goals more scientifically. So definitely watch this video right away. And just like with everything, try to be consistent with this exercise. Try to do it once a month or maybe once a quarter. Use it as your compass. Evaluate and adjust your direction accordingly. When you feel like something is off, just step back, take a look at your life, identify what's broken, and try to fix it. And we've just completed our first step of initial assessment. If you actually did the exercise, congratulations! I am so proud of you. You're already doing better than most of the people and you are on the right path. I want to remind you that everything you need is inside you. I'm rooting for you and I know you can do it. I hope you got something useful out of this video, and I would highly appreciate your support in the form of like and subscription. Thank you so much for being here. Stay curious and see you soon. Do not try to fix it entirely. Just try to make it 1% better. Just one.